Have you broken a bracket before? I'm talking about an orthodontic bracket. Yes, you know who you are. I found this video online, produced by the Braces guy, real famous orthodontist on TikTok. Anyways, we're gonna react because I know broken brackets are just something that are not that uncommon. Here we go. Whoa, so right from the get-go, this gal got braces on top, got braces on the bottom, and she pulls her wire out to the side. I'm sure there's more, crazier things than this, but the reason why the wire's coming out, in this case, looks like we're missing some brackets. Oop, you saw that, she had 2 teeth, which means that that wire has a long span of where it can come out. Usually the very back bracket, it's either a band, a metal band, or a bracket, it's like a tube. And so the tube, the whole metal piece holds the wire in. Well, on the other brackets, depending on what kind of bracket you have, it may require that little color to hold the wire in. You can check out our video about brackets and wires. Anyways, if you lose brackets, then the wire reaches from, the front tooth, like in her case, to the back tooth, then that wire can just slip out like that and you can, many of you may already know this from personal experience. Look, she's got the 2 brackets in her hands. If you have a broken bracket, I think it's a great idea. Like, hold on to them, all right? Some of you with broken brackets may swallow those brackets unknowingly, and that's not necessarily the end of the world. It should go out the other side. But if you can hold on to the brackets that you have and bring them back to your orthodontist, that would be great.
So let me get straight. After breaking 2 braces off, then you slide them off the back of the wire. Then you clip the wire on your own, and then you put a big ball of wax in the area. You think that was the right thing to do? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so this orthodontist, the braces guy, one of the things that you can do if you have a broken bracket and the wire comes out is you could try to slide the bracket off the back. Then you take orthodontic wax and you put that wax on the area where wire's poking. Try to stabilize the wire until you can get in to see your orthodontist. Now, let's go over a few things because first off, orthodontists, we don't want you to break your brackets. Broken brackets can do a couple things. One, teeth that you have really straightened. Let's say you had a really crooked front tooth. If you break a bracket on that tooth, well, now there's nothing holding on to that tooth. So if you don't know that the bracket is broken, then that tooth can move on you without knowing, and then you have to go back and recover what you've lost. Second, broken brackets can delay treatment. One of the reasons is because your orthodontist is scheduling appointments based on what they think that your needs are going to be at each visit. And if you come in with an unexpected need, then sometimes that can take the time of what your orthodontist was originally planning, which means you can't accomplish what you needed to on that to keep moving forward on that particular appointment. You can't move forward as quickly. So usually like one broken bracket, like that's not necessarily the end of the world, but if you're breaking a bracket every single visit or even every other visit, it just can become a lot. Broken brackets can also lead to extra costs, especially if it gets excessive, right? So be very careful. In my opinion, a broken bracket, is that an absolute emergency? I don't want you to feel like, hey, every single time you've got a broken bracket, you have to call the orthodontist right away and get in, especially if your appointment is like in the next day or so. Some folks, they break a bracket right after their most recent appointment, and then they're waiting 6 weeks, maybe more sometimes, depending on where they're at in their treatment, to let the orthodontist know and get the bracket taken care of. In my office, if you call in, and one of the things that we're trying to understand, depending on where you're at with the broken bracket, is it hurting? Things that are causing you pain, poking wires, or a bracket that's like, flipping around and maybe for whatever reason hurting or keeping you from eating or talking, speaking when you need to speak. That's something we really want to take care of right away, immediately. Folks that are early on in their treatment, when you have a broken bracket, if it's not hurting you, then sometimes you can wait a little bit until your next appointment. For those of you at the end of your treatment, hey, you've already been in it 1.5 years, 2 years, you got really straight teeth, you're just trying to do what they call detailed, or do these like little bends. If you go too long with a broken bracket, then that can really be unfortunate. You can extend your time, or you could be right there at the finish line. Hey, we're getting our braces off at the next visit, bracket broken. And then you can't get your braces off, or else your teeth can be crooked. So take home messages is this guy has got it right? Brackets break, call your orthodontist. Maybe if you can, adjust the wire yourself. Sometimes you can clip the wire. You can use some pliers that you might have at home. Maybe try to clean them a little bit, hot water, I don't know. Soap, and then cut the wire and adjust if you need to, if you can't get in to see your orthodontist. Preferably, don't cut the wire, don't lose the brackets, bring it all back in and let the orthodontist take care of it. That's the way that I would love to see happen. Sometimes that can't happen, so this guy right here got it right. Like I said, call the orthodontist, adjust the brackets so they're not all over the place, save them, cut the wire if you absolutely need to because, we don't want you to be hurting, and then we'll take care of you. But before you get to all that, try not to break those brackets. Watch out for those hard, sticky, chewy foods that might increase the risk of breaking those brackets. Just so you know, broken brackets don't happen to everyone. There are some people that can make it through treatment. I'm talking like a year or 2, sometimes 3, without breaking a single bracket. It can happen. So for those of you out there who are breaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus brackets, help us out here. Maybe rethink what you got going on. Sometimes it's not just the food. Sometimes it's like biting on other things, like, I don't know what kids are putting in their mouths these days, but you know, just be conscious. Don't break brackets. Keep moving forward. It's gonna be awesome. But if you do break your brackets, you know who to call. Not the Ghostbusters, your local orthodontist. Hey, listen, if you are in the McKinney and Anna, Texas area, come find us. Love to talk to you about your straight teeth or about getting straight teeth and beautiful bites. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel so that I can open your eyes to the wonderful world of straight teeth and beautiful bites. That's all I've got. Just a little PFOing so you know where you're going. Packard.